I think the Cowboys are an unusual team. I think it's one of those teams that's just going to come up out of the dust, so to speak. And now with Dak Prescott playing the way, if he'll play like that, which he's capable of doing, and Pollard is, to me, is the better of the two backs. I think the changeup would be Ezekiel Elliott, but yeah, they run the ball really well. The offensive line issues that they had, they've resolved it somewhat. The tackles coming back and those kinds of things, but I think they're an interesting team, and I think it'll be interesting when they play Philadelphia again. But right now, Philadelphia is obviously the leader in the NFC. But I tell you what, I think the Cowboys in San Francisco will make this thing real interesting at the end.
You mentioned Pollard and Zeke. How hard is it as a head coach to? We saw what happened when Zeke didn't play. Tony Pollard scores 3 touchdowns. Is that something where they should lean on Pollard, or do you need the two running backs to work together? That seems like most teams are doing anyway these days.
Well, that's always been the case. You can't just have one running back. It just, unless they're these big, powerful guys that just don't get worn down, but they do get worn down. They're smaller guys. They're all not real big. Ezekiel's lost some weight, gotten his speed back, but for me, I think Pollard has been more productive in the last 3 years, when the opportunities that he's had. So he's a deep ball guy inside. He can go the distance at any time. I'm not so sure that's the case with Ezekiel. I think he's probably the changeup. But I think the owners, they're into him for a lot of money. And in Dallas, normally that stuff should never come into it. But in Dallas, I think it probably does. So Ezekiel will be the leadoff guy, I'm sure.
But it seems like if you were Mike McCarthy and you're Mike Martz, you would lean on Pollard as your 1A.
Yeah, I think so. And I do think that the ownership will have something to say about that. So, I would try to get you can always start Ezekiel and then give the lion's share to Pollard. That's the easiest way to solve that, I think.